Temperature 27, dew point 20. Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er. Marco Say Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu winds are 335 at 9er knots. 9,800 broken. 23,000 broken. Temperature 27, dew point 20. Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er. Marco Say Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu winds are 335 at 9er knots. 9,800 broken. 23,000 broken. Temperature 27, dew point 20.
I think we're on. I think things are working.
Altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01.
VR setup's working anyway.
Departing runway 19er.
This is a nice cockpit. I don't know why I don't like parts of it.
Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu winds are 335 at 9er knots.
Information Oscar. Let's get this
broken.
this beauty started.
Temperature 27, dew point 20. Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er.
Alright, let's see.
Marco Say Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu winds are 335 at 9. Marco Say Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu winds are 335 at 9er knots. 9,800 broken. 23,000 broken. Temperature 27, dew point 20. Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er.
Loaded.
Marco Say Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu winds are 335 at 9er knots. 9,800 broken. 23,000 broken.
There we go.
Temperature 27, dew point 20. Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er. Marco Say Gelabert International Information
Cruising altitude
Oscar,
will be 35,000.
Zulu winds are 335 at 9er knots. 9,800 broken. 23,000 broken.
And I just missed the wind.
Temperature 27.
27 for temperature.
Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er. Marco Say Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu winds are 335 at 9er knots. 9,800 broken.
/9.
23,000 broken. Temperature 27.
That's our wind.
Dew point 20. Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er. Marco Say Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu winds are 335 at 9er knots. 9,800 broken.
Oh,
23,000
runway 19.
broken. Temperature 27. Dew point 20.
How do I get that in here?
Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er. Marco Say Gelabert International Information Oscar, 10 Zulu
departure
winds are
runway
335
19.
at 9er knots.
Execute.
9,800 broken.
That should give us our performance stuff now.
broken. Temperature 27, dew point 20. Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving runway 01, departing runway 19er.
I'm an idiot. I keep forgetting about
Marco Say
pages.
Gelabert International
Next page.
Information Oscar.
There's our V speeds. V1 is 94, so 91 knots.
9,800
takeoff.
broken.
94
broken.
rotate. So we've got that loaded over. Sweet.
Point 20. Current altimeter is 2985.
Now we can
Arriving runway 01,
switch off of
departing
ATIS.
runway 19.
Get that lovely lady to quiet down. It's complaining about battery amps. Yes, yes, I'm sure it is. Let's start the left engine first. While that's happening, let's see if the charts, if they work. I had them working before. Yes. Airport. There we are. We've got charts. This is so freaking amazing that they put this in here. No more getting lost looking for runways. I mean, the panning back and forth it's a little awkward in VR, to be honest. Why is it? Okay, I just have to really pull hard. Doesn't seem to want to let me pull down on it.
901, continue Alpha to the holding point, runway 7, hold George 07.
But that's okay.
Already contact tower, 118.6, have a safe flight, sir.
So the nice thing is we'll probably be asked to taxi. Well, we'll find out which way we get to taxi here. So, my battery amp's still flashing in me. Oh, left engine alternator on. Oh, I see that button only turned on the right one. Okay. Let's run through some more checklists here. Before starting engine, we did that. Standby flight display. Avionics are on. Parking brake is set. Caution, doors are closed. Passenger briefing. Let's do a passenger briefing, I guess. Is there one? There isn't really one that we need. Seatbelts. Exterior lights. Okay. Let's get those. We'll get the taxi lights on as well. Might as well do that right now. FMS. Climate control is still off. Checklist complete. Alright, starting engine. Throttle idle. We've done the one engine already. So now we're just going to do the opposite engine. Right engine starter.
1623, the push and start for runway 7 is approved. Report ready for taxi.
Run. That is a complicated dash. Welcome, Sean. But this one is also super functional. It is really, really cool. While the second engine's spinning up, I just want to have a quick look at our flight plan here. Make sure everything is showing up properly. We're going to remove this discontinuity. The rest, I think, looks good. Why do we have a 12,000 here and then a 13,000? That could get interesting. Oh, that's for missed approach. So we do have that all programmed in nicely. Opposite engine has started. Looking good. External power disconnected. We never connected it, so that is a checklist complete. Before taxi, avionics is on. Climate control. We can turn the climate control on. Get that nice air. Passenger lights. Safety button.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt and no smoking signs. Thank you.
Flight controls. Seem to work. Speed brakes. Brakes are good. Flaps are still down. That's all good. Engine only, anti-ice, don't need that. Takeoff data has been entered. Avionics are looking good. Let me change this.
Delta 387, contact tower, 118.6.
18.6, good day, Delta 387.
Come on. Let me change this to PPOS. There we go. Let's get the terrain on there. I also like to have the terrain on this one. Excellent. So avionics are all set. Autopilot is still off at the moment. Altimeter we already did. Pressurization, that's all good. That's all good. All good. All right. Chalk 280 radio check.
Chalk 280, you are loud and clear.
Chalk 280 ready to copy IFR clearance.
Chalk 280 is cleared to Sierra Kilo Bravo Oscar as filed. Expect departure runway 19. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 4644.
Chalk 280 is cleared to Sierra Kilo Bravo Oscar as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 4644.
Chalk 280 rear back correct. Altimeter 2985, let us know when you're ready to taxi.
Altimeter 2985, Chalk 280.
Okay.
American 1600 is ready to push off an Alpha.
1600, start up and push back up runway 07 on, come ready to check.
Start up, push back and start up approved runway 07. We'll call you for
It's correct.
Chalk 280 ready to taxi.
Chalk 280 taxi to runway 19 via taxiways Charlie, Bravo, hold short runway 19.
Charlie Bravo.
Taxi to runway 19 via taxiways Charlie, Bravo, hold short runway 19 Chalk 280.
So that's a little different from the chart on here. Interesting. Charlie Bravo, I guess. Well, it's really going to be Alpha, I guess. It's less than 10 million though. That's a steal. What a deal. Let's taxi. We're going to run this person over. Unfortunately for them. You might want to duck there. Coming through. So these charts in the cockpit are freaking amazing. It's the same charts that I pay a subscription for, Navigraph, that I would usually have on my iPad, but they've now integrated it into this airplane. It's not released yet fully, so there's probably some bugs with it. But I managed to install it from their GitHub page, and it's just, it's so cool because it really, especially for flying in VR where I can't really just pull up my iPad. And I don't want to add additional windows other than this chat window, which is already enough of a complication. This is brilliant. And as you can see, we've got airplane tracking on the chart, so I know exactly where I'm going. So Sean, no more guessing, 50-50 chance at the runways and stuff. This is going to be great, especially when we get to airports that are a little more complicated than this, that have multiple runways and like a dozen taxiways and stuff like that. So I'm super excited that this appears to be working really well. And I am grateful for the Discord server for the working title group, because I did ask a sneaky question on how to get this configured.
Enjoy your morning.
Even though it's not supported
Tower
yet.
on 118.3 Chalk 280.
I know, right? I've got like a few hundred flight hours under my belt now. It's about time I know where I'm going.
Sorry about the delay. Do you have your company 737 on shore final inside?
So we don't need the chart anymore. Let's do our before takeoff checklist. Ice protection we don't need. Rudder. That's all good. Seats are upright. Flaps. Let's set our flaps for takeoff. Speed brakes are off, or 0%. Trim has been set already. Crew briefing. Let's play the takeoff briefing now.
May I have your attention, please? We will be taking off shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic
Radar is all set.
secure luggage and
Takeoff button
ensure your seat is in the upright and outboard
is
position.
engaged. I'm going to...
Fasten your lap belt and shoulder harness.
Oh, actually, that's right. We don't need to set that.
United
Takeoff mode.
1269, the wind is 080 degrees 25, that's in 35.
Battery amps are good. Ice protection systems are all set. Alright, we want our torpedoes. Which are there. There we go. They come on. Good. Exterior lights. We'll turn off the taxi lights. We'll turn on the landing lights. And we are set. Chalk 280 ready for departure, runway 19.
Chalk 280 winds are 335 at 9 knots, cleared for takeoff.
runway 19, squawk 4644, maintain runway heading until above 1000 feet, then turn left heading 106 to intercept course.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 19 squawking 4644, maintain runway heading until above 1000 feet, then left to 106 chalk 280.
So we're actually going to follow that. I've dialed in the heading for 106. This flight management system is much more powerful than the Garmin's that we've been flying with, but it's not quite as user-friendly. I feel like this is the difference between like a big-time jet configuration and like a smaller one, obviously. So I think we are good. Let's go. Basically go full power on this thing for takeoff speed.
Southwest 1273, you ready for departure? Affirmative.
We want to get to 94.
Line up and wait, runway 7.
There we go, rotate.
Line and wait, 07 Southwest.
Alright. Gear up. Flaps can come up. Can already pull back a little bit on the throttle. We're going to keep our runway heading until above 1,000 feet. Look at this view. We get a nice view. Holy cow. Oh. Alright, that's 1,000 feet. Let's turn on heading mode.
Chalk 280, climb and maintain 13,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 13,000 feet chalk 280.
Chalk 280, contact Panama Center on 120.3. Have a good morning.
Center on 120.3 chalk 280.
Are we on? We don't. Oh, I see. That's right.
Center chalk 280, climbing to 13,000 feet.
Chalk 280, good morning. Squawk 4644.
My physical buttons don't work with this mod.
4644 chalk 280.
The Citation CJ4 has far and away the best range of any single pilot aircraft at 2192 nautical miles. Oh, we're gonna get a nice view of Panama City here. Check this out. I was hoping we'd get a nice view of this. I'm totally not paying attention to the aircraft. I just have full faith in the CJ4's flight management system. There's the canal. And that's where we took off from just now. I think that's the canal anyways.
21.2 American 2546.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Alright, let's have a quick look at this here. Oh, we're actually going a bit slow. It's because we're climbing. Oh, we're climbing. Yeah, we are climbing way too freaking fast. Awesome view, yeah. So let's change this. Let's go to actually flight level change.
American 2546, maintain 200 knots until Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact 1975.
Let's try to climb at like
after Mavic, comply with the approach.
230 or so. Let's try 200. Let's try 230. So we're climbing extremely quickly.
47, descend out to 3000 and maintain 250 knots.
I also just got a...
Chalk 280, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 chalk 280.
Also just had an update with new audio files for the ATC chatter that added some more South American sounds, which is great because we're obviously flying in South America now. We're headed to South America. Flight level 210. Oh, why does it... How has it stopped scrolling? Restream, come on. I don't know if I can fix that. We'll see. So the other thing that's cool, because we're flying in heading mode right now, it is going to Actually, we're just about to intercept our course, so I'm going to enable Vnav mode here. Jimmy VC has 2 goals tonight. Jimmy played pretty good. Yeah, he did. Okay, so we're climbing at 230. We're above 15,000 feet already. We can turn our landing lights off. We can probably change our throttles now to climb speed. Let's quickly go through our checklist here since we still have it open. Throttles, that's brakes. Alright, after takeoff, landing gears up, flaps are up, throttles good, yaw damper. Where is my yaw damper here? There it is, yaw damper is on. Autopilot is engaged. Passenger lights button.
21 thanks, American 5%.
Let's check our altimeters. There we go. Checklist complete. Cruise. We're not quite there yet. So, let's see. There we go, we can zoom.
Chalk 280 climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290 Chalk 280.
We're flying high today, Sean. We're going up to 35,000 for our cruising altitude.
Control Delta 387, give the barrel 1, Papa 35.
Delta 387, good afternoon, rated contact via barrel 1, Papa 210,000 feet, expect ILSD meets over runway.
Delta 387, right.
I really wish I knew why. This stupid chat window has decided to not scroll anymore. Like, how did you get stuck here? Stay on the bottom. My Face ID never works while I wear my VR headset. I wonder why that is.
United 16 for 124.1.
24.1.
So I think we're all set here nicely. Autopilot's looking good. We're climbing steadily. We've got our flight plan dialed in. We're on LNAV. So that's all good. We're going to be flying over the water for a little bit, and then we're going to head over to into mainland Colombia. We are 53 nautical miles to go to our next waypoint, and then 61, and then we've got, this is like a bit of a longer flight today, like an hour long. Though we are still climbing pretty steadily, so once we get to cruising, we should be able to fly faster. Everything looks good. Now, let's see if I can play around with this. I did play around with that earlier. There we go. Oh, it worked. I'm in the back seat, Sean. This is the life right here.
Westjet to 599, good afternoon, climb unrestricted to flight level 340.
Climb unrestricted, flight level 340, Westjet 2599.
This is beautiful. Look at the luxurious wood paneling for my cup holders here. This is pretty freaking awesome. This is apparently the, I think this is like the main seat.
Chalk 280 climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350.
No, Austin Powers bed, that is true.
JetBlue 38. JetBlue 38 with you, 14.6.
And I've completely missed what flight level that was. Let's see if I can ask for that. Chalk 280, repeat last transmission.
Chalk 280 climb and maintain flight level 350.
Okay. So that takes us to our cruising altitude.
And climb to 340.
And we gotta get the flight level change in again. That is the one danger about sitting in the back seat, is that when ATC tells you to do stuff, you may not see them. And because every week something different has to happen, for some reason this thing is just not the restream chat window, which I hate. It's just a browser window, it sucks. For some reason it doesn't want to stick to the bottom, which is bizarre. It's an easy fix, but it's annoying. This is a beautiful view. Sitting in the back was kind of nice. I'll have to sit in the back a little bit more here in a bit. Once we get to a proper cruising altitude.
Reduce speed 200 knots.
200 knots, Delta 573.
And Delta 573, contact 1975.
1975, Delta 573.
So we're 32 miles away from this waypoint here. We have a weird approach. I am a little bit concerned about the approach into Bogota, because it's not a nice, clean, straight-in approach or one with like a single turn. No, it's like a freaking left hook followed by a right hook followed by a hard left turn. So the potential for things to go wrong is high, I feel. But we'll do our best. Also, I think the elevation of our destination airport is like 8,000 feet or higher, so it's fairly high up.
Right, heading 190.
Right, 190, American 546.
Altitude.
First time I flew this, I thought altitude meant it was a bad thing. But it's actually just announcing that we're within 1,000 feet of our selected altitude. We're currently flying at Mach 6.643. We have captured altitude.
American 546, contact 121.2.
Which means that we are basically at this point flying as fast as we can, I guess. We're slowly speeding up now as we're leveling off. So, alright, that's good. Throttles are as required, pressurization check, ice protection as required, cruise checklist complete. Turn off our seatbelt sign. You are now free to move around the cabin.
American 2546, maintain 200 knots until Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact 1975.
1975, after Mavic, comply with the approach, American 2546.
Oh, Pablo Escobar collected $420 million weekly. That's more than the monthly salary of all the CEOs of the top 500, top Fortune 500 companies combined. Holy cow. 21.8 trillion per year. Yeah, the drug business is where you gotta be, I guess, but I'm assuming you watched Narcos. You know what happened to that guy. Not only did he become a meme for standing in a pool all by himself, waiting for his friends, but he also kind of found a not so pleasant ending. Do get the occasional little white flash, which I think is just because it's a little bit low on FPS, on frames. So I struggle with this cockpit. Like, I love all the functionality. I do feel like sometimes the Garmin stuff looks more polished, like more luxurious, because it has synthetic altitude, and it looks fancier. But having the charts in this airplane puts it over the top, without a doubt, for me. Yeah. What a journey. That is true. That is very true. So maybe one day the working title guys will manage to get the Navigraph charts into the Garmin systems as well, which would be nice. But until that happens, I think we're going to be flying this jet a fair bit over the next few legs, because as we're heading into South America, the distances become a fair bit greater. In fact, I don't imagine that they're going to slow down actually once we make it over to Africa either. So this is a nice jet to fly at pretty long distances without having to make this like a several hour stream.
Control, Delta 387, give the Barrel 1 Papa 35.
Delta 387, good afternoon, rated contact via Barrel 1 Papa to 10,000 feet. Expect ILS Zulu runway.
Delta 387, right.
So we have about 240 nautical miles until our arrival, which is Amvis. Amvis is the arrival. Okay, we can probably pull back on the throttle just a wee bit. So we should be in, like, there is a cruise speed for that. What are we flying at? Mach 0.767 right now. That looks good. We're gonna go chill in the back seat again.
United 16 for 124.1.
24.1.
It's pretty amazing. Sitting here in VR feels stupidly realistic. If there was a way to have it shake my chair based on turbulence, I probably wouldn't enjoy that, but that's about the only thing missing. And the fact that my ears aren't popping at this altitude. But this is kind of a cool view. And I specifically added a shortcut so I could move to the back right side of the plane, so that I can more easily look out of the right side of the airplane. I'm getting all turned around in my actual room here. Man, this plane flies fast.
JetBlue 38. JetBlue 38 with you, 14.6, climbing flight level 180. JetBlue 38, flying to flight level 340, and for flight direction Bravo Tango Oscar. And climb to 340.
Arrival is programmed in.
Contact control 14611.
24-1, JetBlue 38, thank you.
So at some point we're actually going to use a feature in this jet that none of the other ones have. Or none of the other ones that I've flown so far have, called Vnav, which is vertical navigation. So it's going to hopefully bring us down, like, sort of automatically. We'll see how that goes. It's a pretty looking airplane too. It really is. It's a nice jet.
Reduce speed 200 knots.
200 knots, Delta 573.
Is Vnav a video game feature, or is that a... No, it is an actual real feature of the actual plane. So one of the things that this... So there's a team of people here called Working Title. It's a group, and they've modded this airplane. So they've put in a lot of these features that aren't standard in the game. And they've talked to like real-life pilots who fly this plane and modeled the flight behavior and some of the functionality after it. And Vnav is absolutely a real feature. So the way that it works, and I haven't really put it into practice yet, but I've just watched a video or two about it, is that in the flight computer here, we have altitude set for the various waypoints. In fact... that is the legs page, yeah. So at Amvis, there's a restriction of 13,000 feet, and then 13,000 there, and 8,406 at the runway where we're going to be landing. And it is going to basically calculate, like, this is not a very, there's not a lot of steps down on this particular landing, on this particular approach, but on some of the other ones there might be. So it's gonna be taking us down at like 3 degrees. We'll see how it works. I mean, it's not that different from V-Speed or something, but what it does is it lets you automatically go through several level off points.
1975, Delta 573, good day.
Bye.
It's interesting that we've lost a bit of speed here. Maybe I pulled back a little bit too much. The other thing that I just like learned about speed the other day is that I kept looking at this and I was like, oh, it's only 240 or 250, but it's actually not. We're actually flying at like 420 true airspeed. And what does our ground speed say? I'm trying to read over there. It looks like it's 450 or so. We're flying quite fast. That looks like a fair bit of weather ahead of us there. We're going to be way above it, of course, but things could get interesting if the weather at our destination is not so great. A lot of weather over there. I guess the stuff ahead of us, we're not seeing it.
6 to right, heading 190.
Right, 190, American 2546.
American 546, contact 121.2.
Basically what Vnav will allow us to do is to dial in like an altitude and push a button, and it is then going to fly through the altitude specified in the flight plan to bring us down that nice and smooth. We're flying a little fast. That didn't take much. I just gave it like an extra couple % of power, and it immediately sped up over 0.78 Mach.
American 2546, maintain 200 knots until Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact 1975.
1975 after Mavic, comply with the approach. American 2546.
Chalk 280 contact Bogota Center on 128.6. Have a good afternoon.
Center on 128.6 Chalk 280. Center Chalk 280 at flight level 350.
Chalk 280 good afternoon. Squawk 4644.
Squawk 4644 Chalk 280.
I've had the co-pilot do radio transmissions and, more importantly, radio frequency changes for a little while here now, just so I can focus on getting more familiar and comfortable with the aircraft, which is fairly realistic. You would usually have your co-pilot take care of all the comms, while, you know, and some other things, and some other flight planning and stuff. It can get a little bit much when you're doing a bunch of things together, especially like in this jet where small things have big impacts.
Center 13,000, 250 knots, American 2546.
American 2547, contact approach control 121.2, good day.
21-2, thanks, American 2546.
Control, Delta 387, give the Barrel 1 Papa 35.
Delta 387, good afternoon, radar contact via Barrel 1 Papa 210,000. Expect
Top of my nose itches. It's terrible in VR. Colombian emeralds are well known for their brilliance and deep color. It is the world's leading producer. 60% of the world's fine emeralds come from Colombia. Really? Interesting. Where was it that emeralds? Oh no, I think it's. I'm thinking of jade in Australia. Emeralds are the green gemstones, right? I think they are. Yeah, it's a fine line trying to walk this speed. The one thing, you know, the one thing this plane doesn't have is auto throttle. That's the one thing that the slightly larger jet that we flew last time, the Longitude, it's got a nice auto throttle, which is very nice and fancy, but it doesn't have these nice controls. It doesn't have some of these nice features. That's why I'm kind of hoping that Working Title will eventually get the Navigraph charts into the Garmin controls as well, because those are the ones I much prefer. Maybe we'll get them there at some point. Yes, they are green. Okay, good.
Flight level 340, wish it 2599.
Because the Longitude is nice to fly as well, but you cannot sit in the back of that jet. I don't think you can get in the back. They haven't modeled it. Whereas, you know, with this one, it's so nice because we can just hop back there, which I think we're going to go do again now. 2 button presses, and we're in the back seat. Australian jade is also green. Okay, maybe that's why I was thinking that it's like emerald green. Look at the clouds. This is cool. Like, there is something to be said about flying low to the ground and seeing all the scenery and stuff, but it's also something to be said about flying at this altitude. Tomorrow night, when I stream on the Shack News Twitch channel, I'm going to be doing the exact opposite. We're going to be flying this small Beechcraft Bonanza G36 airplane, single-engine propeller, not even a turboprop, just a prop. And we're going to be flying no higher than like 6,000 feet, and we're going to start on a tour around the UK. I think I have 27 or so airports. We're not going to stop at all of them, but we're going to fly in that direction, and we're just going to land at whichever one is closest when we're nearing the end of our 2-hour stream every Thursday night. And it's going to be kind of cool.
38. JetBlue 38 with you, 14-6, climbing flight level 180.
Because
flying to flight level 340. Unable flight direct to Bravo Tango Oscar.
Asobo added a whole bunch of landmarks in the UK in the latest world update, and this flight plan takes us past sort of all of them. So we'll get to have a look at like Stonehenge and a whole bunch of, you know, the Brighton Beach and some of the sort of famous sites of the UK, which I'm looking forward to. So we're going to be flying low and slow, exact opposite of what we're doing right now. This does make me want to like lean back and stretch. Could I get somebody to bring me a scotch? Is that a thing? It's the only thing missing right now. I think I could get used to this. How much did you say this aircraft was? 10 million? It seems like the safest way to fly during the pandemic is just to have your own aircraft. I'm pretty sure that logic is infallible. How are things looking in the cockpit? Things are looking good. Very light crosswind, 2 knots, I think. Let's look at 112 nautical miles until that next waypoint.
24-1, JetBlue 30, JetBlue 30.
9.195 mil. Well, you gotta, you know, the other $805,000. I imagine that's got to go towards maintenance and, you know, a crew. I can only imagine how expensive a hangar rental space is for aircraft. My brother owns a boat, or used to own a boat, or owns it again, or I don't know. But, you know, it's just a little one, so he usually just had it on a trailer in his garage or something like that. But I've always said to myself, I would love to have a boat, but I don't want to haul it back and forth. I want to have like a marina spot for it. But those things are extremely difficult to get to get your hands on, because they're obviously very wanted and desired.
And Delta 573,
so they're expensive
1975.
1975, Delta 573, good day.
Bye.
Oh, there's some lightning in those clouds down there. Am I thinking of buying? What kind of cargo do you have on you? Because you could sell it and buy a plane. I don't have any cargo on me in this flight. This is just a leisurely flight. We're not going to have any cargo in the UK either, just because we're doing a sightseeing tour, not a contract, really. Some of these clouds look pretty nasty. I'm glad we're flying high above them.
6 to right, heading 190.
Right, 190, American 546.
You see the lightning happening in the clouds below us? It's pretty cool. Yeah, sure. Well, we're flying into Colombia. I think they might want to check us when we leave.
Course. Turn right heading 154 to return to course.
Heading 154 short 280.
Why does ATC think our course should be different?
21.2, American 254.
We're going to stick to what we've programmed in here. That's a little odd. Maybe it's just a bit further to the right.
Chalk 280, turn right heading 154.
Heading 154 short 280.
154. That must just have us
American
swinging further out.
2546, maintain 200 knots until
We're gonna
Mavic.
stick with
After
what we
Mavic,
got
comply
here.
with the approach. Contact 1975.
1975 after Mavic, comply with the approach, American 2546.
There is a
Chalk
top of
280
descent.
expedite your turn right heading 154.
Heading 154 chalk 280.
Don't want to. Oh, jeez. Restream. I don't know why it's doing that. I gotta send these guys a message. That's a little silly. For some reason, their regular app doesn't work with Oculus either. Maybe I just need to actually. Well, I can't really write my own.
Chalk 280 turn right heading 154.
Okay,
Heading 154
fine.
chalk 280.
Center 13,000, 250 knots, American 2546.
You know, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to mess with this autopilot right now. I don't feel confident enough that I can sort it out again. So I'm just gonna. We're all going to the same place, ATC. Listen, we're gonna get there one way or the other.
Chalk 280 expedite your turn right heading 154.
Heading 154 chalk 280.
I'm curious though. I'm actually going to check. No, it's got the same. I don't know why it thinks we're off course. We are going to the same place.
Chalk 280
IS
turn right
VAT.
heading 154.
Heading
IS
154
VAT.
chalk 280.
It's the same thing. Track 134.
American 2547, contact approach control 121.2 today.
21 2, thanks, American 2546.
Oh, I see why. I don't think that this IV
Chalk
ROS
280
is not
expedite
part
your
of
turn
our.
right heading 154.
Oh, do we want to mess with
154
this?
chalk 280.
Control Delta 387 to the Barrel 1 Papa 35.
Delta 387, good afternoon, rated contact via Barrel 1 Papa 10,000. Expect ILS Amy Silver runway.
Delta 387, right?
There is a way to go direct to. Direct is VAT.
Chalk 280 turn right heading 154.
Heading
Okay.
154 chalk 280.
All right. I think I have successfully adjusted the autopilot to skip one of our waypoints. Because that was... I'm not entirely sure why. But I guess it was missing out of the ATC thing. So the plan that was filed with ATC took us directly to ISVAT. Whereas the one that I had programmed into the game had one previous waypoint, which would have taken us to the same place, but there we go. That's good.
24.1.
It's even showing us the top descent on here, so the TOD, which is great. Like it's not as flashy, this stuff, but it is quite extremely functional. It's very good. And I think ATC is happy with us now that we've turned a little bit. Being able to just quickly say direct to a specific waypoint is super nice. You can do that in the other ones too, but some of the other autopilots in the game seem to have trouble with that. They either crash or get really confused and delete half your flight plan out of spite or something, where they're like, no, it's not time of death. It's top of descent. But it's also ironic because, yeah, it's it could be time of death. Top of descent. We're not getting to look at a lot of Colombia here. So it's covered by clouds. But that's what we get flying with live weather.
Westjet 2599, good afternoon. Climb unrestricted to flight level 340. Climb unrestricted, flight level 340, Westjet 2599.
Chalk 280, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb
so
and
weird.
maintain flight level 350.
I've had this happen to me
Chalk
once before, where we
280.
suddenly fell like 300 feet. And I don't know why. It is correcting itself, but that was bizarre. Like we hit a pothole in the sky.
JetBlue 38. JetBlue 38 with you, 146, climbing flight level 180. JetBlue 38, flying to flight level 340, Alpha Naval flight direct to Bravo Tango Oscar. And climb to 340.
Let's see if we can do our approach performance. We
Chalk
don't really have that
280,
information.
expect the ISBA 3 Echo arrival with the ISVAT transition for the ILS approach to runway 13 left with the AMS transition at El Dorado International.
Expect the ISVA 3 Echo arrival with the
Could have
IVAC
been a
transition
downdraft,
for the ILS approach to runway 13 left with the AMS transition Chalk 280.
The one thing we don't really have here, I guess I would have to, that's one thing that I should probably get in the habit of looking up beforehand, is the frequency for our destination airport ATIS, because with this one I should be entering in temperature and wind conditions to program in
24-1, JetBlue
the speeds.
30, JetBlue 38, thank you.
But I think we'll be fine without it. We still have 60, probably about 50 nautical miles until we reach the top of descent. Getting close. Just outside of 50. I love that. You get the circle here for that's 50, then 100 over there. So we're looking at about 60 nautical miles. What's the weather looking like? Oh yeah, weather looks great. Looks like it clears up in our destination, though, at least from our radar, which seems to be very common. I don't know if that is like a thing that's predetermined or something, but it seems fairly common that we have crappy weather along the way and then we get to our destination and it's clear, which of course I do appreciate because it does make landing a lot easier when I can see things just in case I have to do stuff.
Reduce speed 200 knots.
200 knots, Delta 573.
Oh, hi, Air Drew. I actually was in Dublin, Ireland. It was my very, very first leg of my world tour. I flew from London to Dublin. I've never been there physically. I have some friends from Dublin, Ireland, but I have flown there, which seems like a long time ago now. I remember I was flying with real weather, and the weather was shit. It was not very nice weather. In Ireland, there was a lot of rain and clouds, and it was very gray and gloomy. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Don't think I've seen you here before, so nice to have somebody new chatting here. Yeah, that's normal weather, eh? Yeah. I'm from Vancouver in Canada. We get our fair share of rain, so I'm fairly used to, you know, gray, cloudy skies. Well, welcome aboard. Hope you're enjoying the views. It is... You've caught me on a good day. We're having a pretty good flight so far here.
1975.
In the CJ4.
Bye.
It's and it's, you know, it's very cloudy. We're not getting to see much of Colombia here at the moment, but it's still nonetheless. It's been a pretty smooth flight. Yeah, I'm doing a world tour. I think this is like 26 or something. So we started in London in the UK, and we've made our way across to Canada, the US, went all the way through the Bahamas and the Caribbean, over to Mexico, and now we're heading from Panama City to Bogota in Colombia. So we are heading down to South America. This will, I think Colombia is officially South America, whereas I think Panama is still Central America. I think, I'm not entirely sure. But so we are headed to Bogota in Colombia, and we're not that far away. We're about 30 nautical miles away from our top of descent, when we're going to have to try to descend down from 35,000 feet somewhere to 8,500, which is the altitude of the runway.
Chalk 280, resume navigation.
Resume navigation, Chalk 280.
Geez, Sean, that varies. I try to do at least one or two. There are some, it does require a little bit of setup and preparation, and at times frustration with the VR setup. But today was actually good. I have a theory as to one of my problems, and we'll see if I can keep managing to do that successfully. But I try to do at least one on the weekend. I do at least one flight on Thursday nights for Shack News. And then I try to do one, maybe one day, Monday or Wednesday. Thanks for the follow, Drew. The arrival time, gosh.
Chalk 280, descend to cross ISVAT at flight level 280, then descend via the ISVA 3 Echo arrival with the ISVAT transition to 14,000 feet altimeter 3032 at El Dorado International.
Will cross ISVAT at flight level 280, then descend via the ISVA 3 Echo arrival with the ISVAT transition to 14,000 feet altimeter 3032 Chalk 280.
Sorry, I will get back to you in just a second there. Let's see, they were talking about getting us to 28. Can I enter an altitude? 28,000 for ISVAT. Yeah, I can. All right. They cleared us down to 14. I'll answer your question in just a second. I'm just trying to get this set up here. So we've set that up for 14,000. I'm going to turn on Vnav.
1975 after Mavic, comply with the approach, American 254.
Okay, and it's already doing stuff. Now I just got to manage the throttle a bit. So that should see us going through ISVAT at 28,000 feet, and then we're cleared down to 14,000 through the rest of the path. So we'll see how this goes. My arrival time, that's a good question. Actually, I can probably tell. The top of the stream should say, looks like about 20 minutes. Whatever that UTC time is up there, it's like 17:52 or 53 or something. I didn't quite catch it when I just peeked out from under my VR headset. So now I just need to keep an eye on speed, because we are descending pretty rapidly.
Send a 13,250 knots, American 254.
So, Sean, this is the other Vnav thing. 14,000 is what I programmed in, but you see how it's got a 28,000 here? It gets that from this flight plan here, flight level 280. So basically, even though I've told it that we can go all the way down to 14,000, it is going to respect this 28,000 restriction here. So when we get to there, it's going to level us out to reach 28,000 by the time we reach ISVAT, which is why we're descending pretty quickly. And then I think after that it's going to try to get us down to 14,000 nicely. I guess we're going to find out. So, last time that I flew this jet, I didn't really get to play around with Vnav very much because we didn't fly that high, and I don't think we had stuff programmed in properly or something. So this time, though, I think we have much more of an opportunity to do this properly, which I'm really stoked for. The other thing that's cool...
21-2, thanks, American.
Well, I don't know why this has that. Oh, that's for the 14,000. Right, okay. Never mind. We're going to go through some clouds, so I'm going to turn on some anti-ice. Just because I worry that we might get iced in otherwise as we go through these clouds. So we're almost at ISVAT. We're pretty close to the 28,000, so it pretty much managed to hit its goal here. We've slowed down a bit to Mach 0.6, which is good. Oh, we should have told our passengers to put their seatbelts on.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time.
Okay, so now it is descending us down to 14,000, I think. It should be anyways. Our descent checklist, ice protection zone, altimeters. Check, the lights are good. Okay. We're not quite on approach yet. I think we're sitting good.
Control Delta 387, give the Barrow 1 Papa.
This is, I'm flying the...
This is 387, good afternoon, rated contact via Barrow 1 Papa to 10,000 feet, expect ILS Amy Silver runway.
Delta 387, right.
Chalk 280, you are off course. Turn right heading 186 to return to course.
186.
Heading 186, chalk 280.
No. This is the Cessna Citation CJ4. Now I'm worried about why does it have us... Oh, it does have us on a totally different plan. Huh. Let's follow the one that we have programmed in, because I think this is correct. Oh, this is totally not correct. Shoot. Well, we're just flying a direct-in approach, I guess. I think I forgot to program in the actual arrival.
24.1.
Which is a little weird. Well, maybe it was... Is that not the same arrival? I thought it was. Maybe not. Maybe I screwed something up. But that's okay. We're just gonna do our thing. We have... I mean, we should be okay. Well, what we have programmed in here, we don't really need ATC. ATC is not actually going to give us anything.
Unrestricted, flight level 340, wish at 2599.
We're going to follow our flight plan here that we have programmed into the FMC. I'll have to pay more attention to that next time before we get this close. It's a little too late now to change the programmed in arrival. So as I was saying before, the flight plan I filed has us flying this really strange like left hook and then right, almost like an S, and I think it's designed to burn altitude. But I guess I didn't program that in properly. So we're gonna fly direct. We're gonna pretend that ATC gave us a much more direct arrival, which is actually makes me feel a little bit better because it's a little bit safer. The other thing that's cool is here, see this little half arc? This is the time that we will reach the selected altitude at. So by the time we get to there, that's when we'll be at 14,000.
For naval flight direct to Bravo Tango Oscar. And climb to 340.
Or should be anyway, so. It's pretty nice gradual descent right now. We'll hope that everything goes well.
Chalk 280, you are off course. Turn right heading 187 to return to course.
Heading 187 Chalk 280.
Hey, the Rumpo, I assume that's you. I'm just about to land, so I'm going to keep myself muted. And I'll talk to you after.
W38, thank you.
So yeah, we are looking good. We're just not doing exactly what ATC has asked us to do. You can see now that it is trying to hit the 13,000 feet. It's going to level us out. This is the other thing that I really like that I've learned. So the green here, VPath, that's what's active. Alt-S, which is selected altitude, that is what's primed. So basically, once we hit the 14,000, it is going to switch over to altitude hold, and it's going to hold that altitude. So if I don't change this 14,000 at some point to be below the 13,000, it's never going to take us any further down. But I am hoping that ATC will clear us at some point. If they don't, by the time we get close, I'm just going to descend or change that altitude down to like 8,000, which will pretty much put us below the runway, which means that it will I'll let VPath take us all the way down, or Vnav, or VPath, whichever.
Reduce speed 200 knots.
200 knots, Delta 573.
Yeah, that is a bit of a bummer that I screwed that up. I thought the legs page looked a little bit light, because these are all the missed approach ones. Maybe I'll use SimBrief next time. We'll see.
And Delta 573, contact 1975.
1975, Delta 573, good day.
Bye.
We're getting to see a little bit more of the Colombian landscape here. So Vnav is nice because it means it's a longer but much more gradual descent. Smooth.
6 door right, heading 190.
Right,
Oh,
190.
lightning and clear skies. I don't know if ATC has completely given up on us because we're so far off course from what I filed, but I don't really care. We can manage the rest of this ourselves without too much problem. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to set our altitude to...
Chalk 280, resume navigation.
Okay.
Resume navigation Chalk 280.
We've caught up
Chalk
to the...
280, this is Bogota Center on 128.6. Please repeat your request.
Well, anyways, I'm going to set this down to... Let's set it down to... Well, we'll just set it down to 8,500.
Chalk 280, you are off course. Turn left heading 030
Yeah, so,
to return to course.
so we're cutting through this
Heading
S curve
030 Chalk
that I
280.
filed. Now it says that what's primed is Alt V, which is that it's going to keep us at the 13,000, which is the altitude restriction at the next waypoint. And that's Amvis, which I think is our approach.
Maintain 200 knots on the Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact 1975.
1975 after Mavic, comply with the approach. American 2546.
Landing data has been confirmed as incorrect, but we've got it anyway. Crew briefing. Let's tell people that we're about to land, or that we are landing soon. Sometimes scrolling this is not very good.
May I have your attention, please? We will be landing shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic devices, snow tables, secure luggage, and loose articles. Return your seat to the upright and outboard position. Extend your headrest and fasten your lap belt and shoulder belts. After landing, please remain in your seat with your lap belt and shoulder belts securely fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at our ground. Thank you.
I'm going to enter in some fake wind data that's based on what I think we have right now.
And maintain 250 knots.
I should really be looking up the
Chalk
ATIS.
280 contact Bogota approach on 119.05. Enjoy your afternoon.
Approach on 119.05 Chalk 280.
3000.
Approach Chalk 280 descending to 14,000 feet.
Chalk 280, good afternoon. Squawk 4644, continue descent via the ISVA 3 Echo arrival. For the ILS approach to runway 13 left with the AMBES transition at El Dorado International.
Continue descent via the ISVA 3 Echo arrival. For the
I know I'm the
ILS
only
approach to
passenger,
runway
but I
13
still
left
have to
with the
be...
AMBES transition Chalk 280.
I should still remind myself that
Chalk 280, altimeter 3032
should get ready.
cleared for the ILS approach to runway 13 left with the AMBES transition at El Dorado International.
Altimeter
Oh, no.
3032 cleared
No,
for
no,
the
no, no,
ILS
no, no,
approach
no,
to
no, no, no,
runway
fuck.
13 left with the AMBES transition Chalk 280.
Oh, God damn it. Come on, fix yourself, fix yourself, fix yourself. So the mouse jumped, and I accidentally clicked on takeoff mode, which of course is bad because it basically puts us in a 10-degree climb. Oh, that was close. Managed to realize what I did though and fix it pretty quickly. Alright, we're good. Yeah, that would have been bad. Well, that was almost very bad. Look at the clouds over there. Holy crap, I hope we don't have to go through that.
American 2546, 14.5, descending 13,000.
But I think we do have to go. We're going to be landing right in the midst of that wall of weather. Jeez, okay, this is going to be sketchy. All right, I'm going to manage speed a little bit here. Should be starting to level us off here now any minute because we're at 13.7 and it should be trying to keep us at 13,000 here for the next 1 to 2 waypoints.
Chalk 280, descend via the AMBES transition to 13,000 feet.
Descend to 13,000 feet via the AMBES transition.
Okay, we have captured that, which is good.
Altimeter 3032 at El Dorado International Contact Tower on 118.1. Have a nice day.
Wilco altimeter 3032 tower on 118.1 Chalk 280. Tower Chalk 280 inbound for ILS approach runway 13 left.
Back to American 2.
Chalk 280, good afternoon. Squawk 4644, continue ILS to runway 13 left, call when established on final.
continue ILS to runway 13 left. Will call when established on final chalk 280.
546 descent to 12,000 feet. Cleared.
I don't know why it suddenly started taking us lower.
Right. Maintain 200 knots until
We should still be at 13,000.
Maintain 12,000, 200 till Mavic. Cleared the ILS, DME 25 right, American 2546.
It's weird.
Altitude.
36 clear ILS, DME 2 runway 05 right.
ILS, DME 2, runway 05 right, Copa 136.
Why are you fighting me? Because it would have just taken us right into the ground here and we wouldn't have even seen it. Oh, it's... Oh, because now it's set to runway. Okay, yeah. So where's the approach button? Isn't there an approach button? There it is. Toggle approach. Okay, so we have the localizer. That's good. I see another airplane over there. I don't really trust this altitude at this point. But okay, I guess we've got a glide slope. I guess I have to trust it now. Oh man, I don't like this. We're really low to the ground and I can't see shit. And we're descending. I'm scared, Sean. I'm scared. This could end badly. I have my hands on the yoke and the throttle so I can try to pull up and... Like if we suddenly come out of... Like, I don't feel like there's a lot of ground below us at all.
United 1088, report runway 5 right inside.
There's not.
Roger that.
But I think we're okay. We're not descending as fast as I was initially worried about. I thought we were going to hit the hills there, but I think we're okay now. Now we just have to actually worry about speed. Let's get some flaps going here. Okay, runway in sight. Oh, I feel better now. Let's go,
3035 for 5 right.
Let's get our gear down.
1063.
Oh, whew, all right. I can breathe now. This is a much nicer sight than what we were just dealing with a second ago there. Chalk 280 on final to runway 13 left.
Chalk 280 winds are light and variable, cleared to land runway 13 left.
Cleared to land runway 13 left, Chalk 280.
Our approach speed is at like 110, so we're still coming in a bit fast, but we are slowing down, so we're getting there. Things are looking good. Checklist all looks okay. I like it, actually. This is actually working out pretty good.
5 right. American 501, Buenos Aires, 5 right, altimeter 3035, continue approach. Continue approach, American 501.
Full flaps, work the throttle a bit to stay at our approach speed, which is 110 knots. So I'm gonna keep that, we're going a little bit slow here. We have the localizer, we have the glide slope, like everything is looking really good. Just massaging the speed a bit with the throttle. Angle of attack looks good. That green circle means that we're good. So a quick look outside. Everything looks pretty sweet here. Oh, that's a nice view. Went in a tiny bit slow.
Reduce minimum cleaning speed.
There we go, that's 110. That's exactly where we want to be. I see 2 whites and a red light, which is excellent. I don't think I have programmed in the minimums because I didn't know where they were. I'll have to look that up for next time. Should be getting close to 500.
Autopilot.
Autopilot disengaged. Ready to land here now. There's 500. Looks like we'll be taxiing off to the right somewhere. Just good to know. We'll pull up the charts too to see that, but angle looks pretty good. A little low now. Be idle throttle.
Tower American 2547 ILS to 25 right.
American 25.
Chalk
Speed
280
brakes.
exit runway when able.
And reverse thrusters.
Runway 05 right, QNH 30.13. We should report again loud time not below 500 feet. Continue the approach 5 right.
Continue
Does that
5
actually
right,
work?
American 547.
Oh, maybe this doesn't have reverse. Oh, it doesn't. I don't think it does. Okay. Alright, well either way we have brakes, we're good. Ooh, we did it! We did it. Let's get us actually taxi to a gate so we can check out the charts a little bit more here. Chalk 280 clear of active.
Chalk 280 welcome to El Dorado International Contact Ground on 121.8. Have a good afternoon.
Ground on 121.8 Chalk 280.
So there's the chart for this airport that we're in. Landing comes up a bit faster with this plane. Oh, it sure does. You also need more room to land. That is the other thing. Hard time scrolling this to the right. Alright. Chalk 280 request taxi. Chalk 280 request taxi to the gate.
Chalk 280 taxi to General Aviation parking via taxiways Bravo.
Taxi to General Aviation parking via taxiways Bravo, Chalk 280.
Chalk 280 taxi to runway 13 left via taxiways Alpha, hold short runway 13 left.
Taxi to runway 13 left via taxiways Alpha, hold short runway 13 left Chalk 280.
Yeah, I told it the wrong thing. I got it confused. This is a busy airport, so we're going to General Aviation parking via taxiway Bravo, they said. That's Alpha, Bravo is the second one. I'm trying to figure out if I can actually see where General Aviation parking is. It's a little finicky trying to get these just right. General Aviation is down here, okay. Alright, so we're taking the second taxiway and we're going to turning left. We're going all the way down to the end. So we'll actually be able to go where we're supposed to go for once. CJ4 does not use thrust reversers. Okay, good to know. We kind of noticed that, but I did not know that ahead of time. Which is interesting because even the TBM has reversers. So this one just does speed brakes and brakes. But that was fine. Like it was not that crazy. Clear right, clear left. Oh, this is just a taxiway, never mind. Nobody should be landing on a taxiway unless you're Harrison Ford. There's an airplane up there, that's probably coming down on the other runway? No, probably not. So having this chart now is really cool, because I can see that this is taxiway Bravo, which there's apparently no signs. Oh, hello cat. I have a cat between my feet now, because she knows exactly whenever I've just landed. She comes to try and get me. And we're going all the way to the end of this to General Aviation, which from what I can tell are these buildings down here. I'm pretty sure that my old eyes make that out to say General Aviation. This doesn't, the chart, it looks like it only has 2 zoom levels. Where I can't zoom in any further anyway. But I can put my head there, and that definitely says general aviation, so we're headed to the right spot here. Which is much, much cooler having these charts in here. Like, that is such a job well done by the Work Entitled team. So cool. And it's amazingly helpful in VR. Like, I can't even... If I wasn't flying in VR, this would be neat, but it would be easier to just have things up on my iPad. But for VR, and the immersion factor of it too is really cool, of course. Kind of speeding down the taxiway here, but I like that I actually have a proper place to go to once, and this is a big airport. I can't wait to take off from here. Probably on Sunday, maybe Saturday afternoon, actually. So this is the general aviation area. Let's see if we see any ground personnel around. Otherwise, we're just going to go to the end here and find ourselves a nice spot to park. It's bad when your cat doesn't want to fly with the... Well, she's just smart, you know. She's like, I'll just wait until you arrive there. I'm also kind of grateful because the last thing I need while flying is... cat. Actually... While flying is not too bad. I don't need her between my feet while I'm landing. Usually she does it right in the middle of landing. I could have turned there. Okay. I'm going to turn here. What does this look like? Water. Is that just fancy paint? Oh, I guess that's just fancy paint. Alright, this looks like a good place to park though, over here. I'm gonna go park right here. There we go. I like it. Alright. Parking brake on. Let's see if we can figure out how to turn this thing off. We've done all the approach stuff. Seatbelts, yep. Passengers survived. Landing gears, all good. Flaps, speed brakes. We have landed. We did not need to go around, even though we almost did accidentally. These checklists are huge. That's the end of the checklist. Alright. So I think all we need to do is turn off the engines. Spool those down. And turn off our... Yep, the oil pressure. Yep, understood. We just turned off the engines. I think we can just turn the avionics off and the battery off and we're done. All the lights off. All that stuff needs to go off. There we go. We made it. That was a good flight, actually. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that in this jet. That was really, really nice. And this is a beautiful view. The weather was not great and it was quite scary. I'm gonna watch that back, actually. That was quite the approach through the clouds. I thought for sure that we were going to hit something, and I think we would have if I didn't intervene. And I also can't believe I hit the go around button by accident during approach. So, but lessons learned. I can't wait to fly this jet again. We'll head over to, gosh, I don't know where. Forget. Further south into South America. And we're definitely going to need this jet here because we're going to be flying high and pretty reasonable distances as we've got lots of mountains down here in South America. So thanks for stopping by. Thank you for those of you who were new. And thanks as always for your support and facts, Sean. Have a good week, everybody. Catch you soon.